recovering anorexic. I used to be okay when I would be at the meetings when I was way thinner, and people didn't care if I cried because nobody minds if a skinny person's crying, but nobody wants to see a fat man cry. It's kind of like if you squeeze a Buick-sized sponge out and all the water that comes out. That's pretty much what a fat guy crying looks like. I love Racine, I do, despite the lack of any kind of a comedy scene. I do love this city, I do, but it can be fucked up at times. I mean, Gary Becker. Anybody from Racine remembers Gary Becker? How many people remember Gary Becker?
Yeah!
Wow, I love that. Yeah! Woohoo, pedophilia! But, I mean, this guy, he was our mayor. He gets caught trying to have sex with an underage kid. Chick, at least, you know. He has his standards. And then he's out on bail and he gets caught buying lingerie in, I think it was the Sears Little Miss department? I mean, who makes lingerie in the Sears Little Miss department? Is it Snap-on? Craftsman? Does it come with a Dale Earnhardt sticker? Oh, come on, a bunch of fucking NASCAR fans are like, fuck, you're making fun of Dale Earnhardt. He's our god. But I'm kind of a big nerd, if you can't tell. The Power Ranger shirt didn't give it away. And I got to thinking about nerd things, and like, for instance, Batman. Okay? His parents couldn't have made that money from being smart. They've got to be the dumbest people on the fucking planet. They had to have inherited that money, because who goes down Crime Alley? They're not going to be throwing roses at you, they're throwing bullets. And why did they need to take a shortcut? I mean, where was Paco, their limo driver? I mean, he couldn't come pick them up? Oh, that's funny, fuck you. But then poor Alfred. Poor Alfred, the guy sits there and he has to raise this kid like it's his own. I mean, he's not getting paid by those people anymore. You know, just make sure the kid washes his ass and he's got something to eat and he's off to school and he's fine. You don't got to do nothing more unless Alfred is really Bruce Wayne's dad. It's a Dark Knight, no pun intended. It's a Dark Knight, Wayne Manor. Thomas Wayne's away doing Wayne Enterprise things. Alfred walks by the bedroom. Mrs. Wayne's kind of got some candles lit, some roses on the bed, playing some Barry White. She's taking care of her own business. He walks by the door, he sees that. He decides to come in. He decides to come in and just kind of, you know, looks at her and is like, And they both loosen their utility belts and bam! 9 months later, Batman. That's fun. It's good stuff. Have I told you there are other comedians here tonight, so you don't have to worry about all this bullshit? Yay! Fuck you, Batman! But, weather's fucking ridiculous. The country is fucking ridiculous now. And we're going backwards. I feel like this country needs to be yelled at. Like it's a little kid. Look what you fucking did. You brought that rotting fucking pumpkin into my house, and you got it all over the fucking carpet. You gotta take a time out. You gotta go in the corner. Woo! You gotta go and take a fucking time out so you learn what the fuck to do. Seriously, Europe is outside wanting to play ball with you, and I told him no, because you're in trouble. This is what happens when you hang out with fucking Russia. Seriously. I told you about that guy with no shirt, but do you fucking listen? No. No. Yeah. I'd be a great parent, though. I really would. You know, I worry about that sometimes because, like, yeah, someone's gonna fuck me. The only thing I could teach a boy would be how to sleep on a couch, eat massive amount of Hot Pockets, and play Call of Duty. That's all I could teach them. And I'd feel really bad if it was a girl, because, well, she'd end up being a stripper. Or a YouTube makeup tutorial person. Those people are the fucking worst. But let's be real here. Any kid I have is going to have 12 eyes and try to tie its shoes with a fork. So, there's that. I was raised right, though. I was raised right. When I was over at my dad's house for the day he had me, because, you know, I'm a child of a divorce. Yay! hey! He'd have me on Saturdays. And somebody just applaud child divorce? Because, yeah! Woohoo! Fuck the nuclear family! But I was raised right. I'd go over to his house and we'd have a gourmet meal of macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. 9 times out of 10, the hot dogs were cut up into the macaroni and cheese because my dad couldn't be bothered with a bun. You know, why would that? You know, and he'd pass out in his recliner, you know, and I would look over the VCR and there's a tape in the VCR. There's no label on the tape. And we all know what that usually means. So I'm sitting there, 7 years old, mind you, 7 years old, and I push the tape in. If it was porn, we'd be having a whole different conversation right now. We wouldn't be sharing this heartfelt moment. But it was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I turned out just fine, you know? I remember I was babysitting my friend's kids, and that movie came on Fuse, of all places. The original, not that remake bullshit, but the original came on Fuse. And the one kid was just enamored by it. He was like 4. And Leatherface is just putting this chick up on the hook, and he's just like, wow, that's awesome. And the other one's begging for professional wrestling. How many people do you know beg for professional wrestling? Not many. But yeah, I'm done trying to hide the fact that I'm a fat man. Hide it, yeah. That's funny. And I always have trouble communicating with my lover. I do. When she's down there doing her business. You know, when I'm paying her, let's be honest. And I'm trying to tell her what to do. And it's hard because I can't send smoke signals and I can't see over my gut to tell her anything. So I just kind of have to resort to old military tactics and start using Morse code. You know. Don't forget to work. This one takes a while. The balls. We got a great show.